Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminithi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Śrīvāsadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Śrīvāsadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So dear devotees, we are continuing our study of Sri Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 9, entitled Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, the most confidential knowledge. We discussed the first two verses of this chapter last time. Today we will begin from verse number 3 onwards. Chapter 9, verse number 3 onwards. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, in the first two verses, Lord Krishna told Arjun that because you are non-envious, anasuyave, I will impart this guhyatamam, most confidential knowledge to you. And it is jnanam vidnyanam. It is knowledge and it is practical knowledge, realization. Yad jnatva moksha se ashubhat. You will get freedom from all inauspiciousness after attaining this knowledge and this realization. Knowledge means theoretical and vidnyan means realization, practical. In the second verse, Lord Krishna told Arjun, Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam, that this is the king of all education, Raj Vidya, and it is the greatest secret, Rajaguhyam. Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam, this is pratyaksha. It is directly, it can be experienced. It is not theoretical. You can actually experience. And susukham kartum avyayam. Susukham kartum avyayam means kevala ananda kanda. Parama karuna prabhu dui jana nitai gaura chandra. Saba avatar sara shiromani kevala ananda kanda. This process of Krishna consciousness is very joyful. It is not an austere process. It's a very joyful process. Susukham karatum avyayam. It is avyaya. It is everlasting, and it is susukham karatum. It is happily performed. There is singing, dancing. Now, verse number 3. So, in the first two verses, Krishna is glorifying the process of bhakti that is going to be described by Krishna in chapter number 9. In the first two verses, he's glorifying the process of bhakti. In verse number 3, Krishna is going to tell us what happens to someone who does not accept the teachings of chapter 9. Ashraddhadhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyamam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. So in the first two verses of chapter 9, Krishna is saying that this is a susukham kartum avyayam, everlasting blissful process of Krishna consciousness. It is the greatest education. It is the greatest knowledge. It is the greatest secret. And now we must take to this process. But in verse number 3, Krishna is telling what happens to those who do not accept the message of Bhagavad Gītā. Ashraddhadhana Purusha. People who are ashraddhadhana, they have no shraddha, they have no faith in Bhagavad Gītā and the teachings of Krishna. Aprapyamam, they cannot attain Krishna. How can you attain Krishna unless you follow the instructions of Krishna? Bhagavad Gītā are the instructions of Krishna. Once a friend of mine, I remember, I was in 10th grade, 10th standard, and I used to swim. So one of my swim buddies on my swim team, he told me that actually Bhagavad Gītā is not supposed to be a book of religion. It is just a conversation between two friends. And he told me how we are standing and talking. Like that. Two friends were talking, Arjun and Krishna. Arjun didn't want to fight. And Krishna convinced him, come on, man, fight. And people have taken that simple conversation too seriously. He said, just like if you want to go and watch a movie now, and I don't want to come with you. I say, no, I want to go and study. And you say, come on, man, let's go for a movie. And you convince me. And then I go with you and we both watch a movie and enjoy, we have a good time. That's the end of the story. What's the big deal? Two friends were discussing, Arjun didn't want to fight, Krishna wanted him to fight, he convinced him, gave a pep talk, and suddenly it has become a book of religion. In the court, they say, मैं भगवद गीता पे हाथ रख के कहता हूँ, सच कहूंगा, सच के सिवा दूसरा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा. अरे, it is just a conversation here between two friends, not to be taken so seriously. This is a foolish person. Krishna says, Ashraddhadhana Purusha. This is an example of Ashraddhadhana Purusha. They have no faith in Bhagavad Gītā. Ashraddhadhana Purusha dharmasyasya parantapa. In this path of dharma means devotional service. Savai pumsa parodharmo yatho bhaktir adhokshaja. So dharma means bhakti, Krishna bhakti. Clearly, see. Savai pumsa parodharmo yatho bhaktir adhokshaja. Adhokshaja bhakti means adhokshaja is the name of Krishna. Krishna bhakti is parodharmo. It is the highest dharma. So dharma means Krishna Sharanagati, Krishna Bhakti. Sarva dharman parityajya, follow only one dharma, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Sab dharma ko chhod do, sarva dharman parityajya, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Means ek hi dharma ka palan karo, wo hai Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam mama. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. So dharma means Krishna Sharanagati, dharma means Krishna Bhakti. So Krishna is saying, Ashraddhadhana Purusha dharmasyasya. Asya means this, dharmasya asya. In this dharma that is going to be described in chapter 9, those who don't have faith, ashraddhadhana, then aprapyamam, they cannot attain me. Aprapyamam. Okay, then what happens to them? Nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. They will return to this path of mrityu samsara, repeated birth and death in this material world. So simple. I hope all of you have your Bhagavad Gītā as it is in front of you, this book. Keep it in front of you. We are reading. Lord Krishna and Lord Krishna's pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, are speaking to us. I am not speaking. Srila Prabhupada is speaking. And Krishna is speaking. Krishna is the speaker of Bhagavad Gītā. And who is Prabhupada? Krishna is the speaker. And Prabhupada is a loudspeaker. Krishna spoke on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Prabhupada is speaking to millions of people. He is broadcasting. Gauravani Pracharine. Ashraddhadhana Purusha dharmasyasya parantapa. Those who are unfaithful in this path of dharma that I am going to describe in chapter 9, aprapyamam, they will not attain me. So who attains Krishna? Only those who are Shraddhavan. Please raise your hand if from Chaitanya Charitamrita you can give me the proper authorized definition of Shraddha. In this verse, Krishna is saying, Ashraddhadhana Purusha. Those who are not having Shraddha in me, not having faith in me, aprapyamam, they will not attain me. And nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani, they will keep taking birth in this material world. So what is the definition of Shraddha? What is the verse? Shraddha shabde vishwas koile sudrida nischay Krishna bhakti kaila sarva karma krita hai. The meaning of Shraddha, And Shraddha is very important because Bhakti rests on the foundation. Bhakti is built on the foundation. Krishna Prem is built on the foundation of Shraddha. Ādau Shraddha, Tatha Sadhu Sangha, Tatha Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha. Like that it goes till Krishna Prem. But the foundation is Ādau Shraddha. First there should be Shraddha, faith. What is Shraddha? Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami are describing the definition of Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Koile Sudrida Nischay Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krito Hai. The definition of Shraddha is that a firm conviction should be there in the heart. Sudrida Nischay. What? Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krito Hai. That just by doing Krishna Bhakti, just by offering loving service to Krishna, Sarva Karma Krito Hai. Everything will be achieved. The highest activity is to become a bhakta of Krishna. Manmana bhavamada bhakta. If I do this, then everything is perfect. And if I do everything else but not this, then everything is spoiled. Everything is imperfect. This conviction is called Shraddha. So Shraddha doesn't mean, do you have Shraddha in the Devatas? No. Shraddha Shabd is only for Krishna. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Koile Sudrida Nischay Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krito Hai. Sudrida Nischay, that by Krishna Bhakti Koila, by doing Krishna Bhakti, Sarva Karma Krito Hai. Everything will be achieved, everything is done. I don't have to do anything else. Sarva Dharman Parityaja, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Just Krishna Sharanagati, Krishna Seva, Krishna Bhakti, everything is done. Nothing more needs to be done. The highest activity for me is to serve Krishna. To have conviction about this is called Shraddha. So can we say, do you have Shraddha in demigods? It's a wrong application of the word Shraddha. Shraddha can only be applied for Krishna. Can we say, do you have Shraddha in the stock market? Do you have Shraddha in Bitcoin? Do you have Shraddha in your friend? No. Shraddha Shabd can only be, the word Shraddha can be only used for Krishna. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Koile Sudrida Nischay Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krito Hai. We should have firm conviction that if I work for Krishna, Mat Karma Krin Mat Paramo, if I serve Krishna, then everything will be achieved. I do not need to do anything else. Having this conviction is called Shraddha, faith. But Ashraddha Dahana Purusha, those who don't have Shraddha in this path of Dharma, Ashraddha Dahana Purusha Dharmasya Asya Parantapa. Parantapa is the name of Arjun. Para means others. Tapa means to give them tap, to give them punishment. So Arjun is one who gives punishment to his enemies. It's called Parantapa. Oh Arjun, those who are Ashraddha Dahana Purusha Dharmasya Asya, in this path of Dharma, those who are Ashraddha Dahana, they are faithless, they don't have faith, they don't follow this Dharma. Aprapyamam. They will not attain me, and Nivartante Mrutyu Samsara Vartmani. They will keep taking birth in this material world. So it's very clear. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, faith is created by association with devotees. This process is not for the faithless. Look at the second sentence of the purport. Srila Prabhupada clearly says, how do we get faith? So faith is important, Shraddha is important. How do we get Shraddha? Very important question. Srila Prabhupada answers. Srila Prabhupada says, faith, Shraddha, is created by association with devotees. We should associate with devotees. Then our Shraddha will become deeper and deeper. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says, thus, faith is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. Can we read this again? Pay attention. Faith, Shraddha, is the most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. What is the most important factor in progress in Krishna consciousness? First of all, do we want to progress in Krishna consciousness? Yes or no? Yes. What is the most important factor for spiritual advancement? It is Shraddha. And how Shraddha comes? Shraddha comes by the association of devotees. If we associate with non-devotees, our Shraddha will be weakened. If we associate with non-devotees, slowly our Shraddha will become weak. Our faith will become weak. So we have to associate with devotees who have faith. Shraddhavan jana hai, Shraddhavan jana hai. प्रभुर आज्ञा पाए मागे ए भिक्षा, बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण कोरो कृष्ण शिक्षा, नदिया गोद्रुम में नित्यानंद महाजन। श्रद्धावान जन है, श्रद्धावान जन है। Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that Sri Nityananda Prabhu goes to the Shraddhavan people, those who have Shraddha, and he says, Prabhura Agya Pai Mage E Bhiksha. On the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I am asking you for this Bhiksha. I am asking you, please, I am begging, do me this favor. What? Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna. Chant the name of Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, serve Krishna. Do puja seva of Krishna, chant Krishna, and Koro Krishna Shiksha. And then tell others about Krishna also. This is the request of Sri Nityananda Prabhu on behalf of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Shraddhavan. This process is for those who have faith. Faith comes from devotee association. And faith is the most important factor in spiritual advancement. Prabhupada is saying. Then Prabhupada says, in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said that faith is the complete conviction that simply by serving Supreme Lord Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. Sarva Siddhi hai. Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Krita hai. That is called real faith, Shraddha. As stated in Śrīmad Bhagavatam 4.31.14. So now Prabhupada is giving Praman how by serving Krishna everything is achieved. What is the Praman? Look at this verse, very beautiful verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, worth memorizing. Yatha tarormula nishechanena tripyanti tatskandha bhujo pashakha pranopahara chayathendriyanam tathaiva sarvarhanam achyutejya. Very, very important verse. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti tat skandha bhujopa shakha. Yatha, just like taror mula, the roots of a tree, nishechanena. If we give water to the root of the tree, if we water the root of the tree, taror mula nishechanena, we water the root of the tree, tripyanti, pyas bujh jati hai, the thirst is quenched, satisfaction is experienced. Tripyanti, tat, that tree is skandha bhujopa shakha. All the twigs and branches and trunk of that tree, everything becomes nourished by watering the root. We are not watering the skandha, we are not watering the shakha, the branches. No, we are watering the root, but the branches, the trunk, the leaves, everything becomes hydrated. Everything gets tripyanti, everything gets water to their satisfaction just by watering the roots. Another example is given. Pranopahara chayathendriyanam. Pranopahara. You take food and you put it in your stomach. Cha yathendriyanam. But all the indriya, karmendriya, jnanendriya, everything becomes nourished by putting food in the stomach. Because from the stomach it gets absorbed and goes everywhere throughout the body. So just like watering the root of a tree, the whole tree gets watered. Just by feeding the stomach, the whole body gets nourished and fed. Similarly, tathaiva. Similarly, so yatha tathaiva. Yatha taror mula nishechanena tripyanti taskanda bhujopa shakha pranopahara chayathendriyanam tathaiva sarvarhanam achyutejya. Achyut is Krishna. Ijja means to worship. By worshipping Krishna, sarvarhanam, everyone is worshipped, everyone is respected simply by achyutejya, simply by worshipping Lord Achyut, Lord Krishna. Very beautiful verse. Two examples are given, feeding the stomach and watering the root of the tree. Similarly, if you serve Krishna, all the demigods are worshipped. All the demigods are worshipped because they are all coming from Krishna. They are Krishna's parts and parcels. Mother Nature is worshipped. All the living entities are worshipped by worshipping Krishna. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtam. By satisfying Krishna, everyone becomes satisfied. Example, When Durvasa Muni came with 60,000 disciples, Draupadi Devi, with her devotion, with her prayers, and with a small piece of shak, she satisfied Krishna. Krishna was satisfied. All the Durvasa Muni and his disciples, they all became satisfied. By serving Krishna, whole world is served. The conclusion of Bhagavad Gītā is one should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of this philosophy of life, that is called Shraddha, that is called faith. That Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Now the development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. What is the process of Krishna consciousness? Process of Krishna consciousness essentially means to develop our faith, Shraddha in Krishna more and more. Srila Prabhupada says there are 3 divisions of Krishna conscious people. First class, second class, third class. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says. Further down, Prabhupada says the third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down. A Kanishta Adhikari may fall down. But when one is in the second class, one does not fall down. So if we are having a fall down, every now and then, which class do we belong to? Are we Kanishta Adhikari, are we Madhyam Adhikari, or are we Uttam Adhikari? Are we neophyte? Are we medium advanced, or are we topmost advanced? Who are we? Third class, second class, or first class? Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Who are we? We are Kanishta. If we are having fall downs, that means we are Kanishta. We are neophytes. Prabhupada says, third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down. But when one is in the second class, he does not fall down. And for the first class person in Krishna consciousness, there is absolutely no chance of falling down. That person is completely devoted to Krishna. Verse number 4. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshavasthitaha. Krishna is saying, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. Maya tatam idam sarvam. By me, this whole world, jagat sarvam, is pervaded. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Jagad avyakta murtina. In my unmanifested form, I pervade the whole universe. Matsthani sarva bhutani. Everybody is situated in me. Matsthani. Sarva bhutani. Sarva Bhutani Matsthani. All living entities, everything, all the planets, everything is situated within me. Na cha aham tesh avasthita. But I am not situated in this material world. This whole world is situated in me, but I am not in this world. Why? Goloko eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. Because Krishna lives in Golok Vrindavan. But in his avyakta murtina, in his unmanifested form, Krishna is present everywhere, as Shirodakshay Vishnu. So that is a great mystery. Towards the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, for example, a king heads a government. Prabhupada is making it clear by giving an example. A king heads the government, which is but the manifestation of king's energy, because king will make the rules, accordingly the kingdom will be managed. So king is present everywhere through his rules that he has made. For example, a king heads a government, which is but the manifestation of the king's energy. The different governmental departments are nothing but energies of the king. The king may appoint a judiciary department. Chalo, you adjudicate the discrepancies that arise between people, fights they have, you take care. Okay, you are the police department. Okay, you are the educational department. You are the tax department. You are agriculture department. You are the treasury department. So king will make different departments and will make a law for different people, how they are supposed to function. So the treasury department is working, but it is working under Krishna only. The agriculture department is working under Krishna. The military department is working under Krishna, working under the king. Although king is not directly present there, doing agriculture, doing education for children in the schools, doing fighting with a sword in the military. No, the king directly is not doing, but the king's energy is doing it. So similarly, Krishna has made laws. Maya Adhyakshana Prakriti Suetasa Characharam. This whole world is going on under Krishna's guidance. So in that sense, Krishna is all pervading. So they are all energies of the king. The different governmental departments are nothing but the energies of the king. And each department is resting on the king's power. But still, one cannot expect the king to be present in every department personally. So example is like a king manages a kingdom, Krishna manages this whole material creation. Verse number 5. So verse number 4, please try to understand. Krishna is present in his personal Bhagwan form in Golok Vrindavan, the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha. Golok eva nivasati. He's staying in Golok Vrindavan, akhilatma bhuto. But he's present in everyone's heart also. So Krishna is present in his personal form in the spiritual world in Vaikuntha. But Krishna is also present in this entire material world, because this whole material world is coming from Krishna. It is Krishna's prakriti. Bhumi rapor nalo vayur khammano buddhi revasha ahankara buddhisha ahankar iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtada. These 8 energies, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, they are energies of Krishna only. So Krishna is all pervading. Who are we? Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy, Jiva Shakti, Jiva Tattva. And who are we? Mamaya Amsha Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhata Sanatana. We also belong to Krishna. So the external energy belongs to Krishna. The Prakriti, Achit Shakti belongs to Krishna. Jada Shakti belongs to Krishna. Jiva Shakti, Krishna. Antaranga Shakti, Krishna. So Krishna is present everywhere. Internal potency, marginal potency, external potency. Krishna is present everywhere. But personal form of Krishna is not present everywhere. It is enjoying. Krishna is enjoying with his devotees in Golok Vrindavan. Nitya Leela is taking place in Golok Vrindavan. Krishna is eternally with Radharani, with the gopis, with Yashoda Maiya, Nanda Baba, Gopas, his cows. He's enjoying these pastimes. Wonderful Leelas are taking place. But through his Avyakta Murtina, unmanifested form, he is present everywhere. So we have to understand this. Krishna is present everywhere, but Krishna is not present everywhere. Very important to understand. Because Parasya Shakti or Vividheva Shruvate. There are so many Shaktis of Krishna. Antaranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. They are all working. Kal Shakti. Everything is working under Krishna's control. But at the same time, Goloka Eva Nivasati Akhilatma Bhuta. Krishna is present in Golok Vrindavan with his dear devotees at all times. Chintamani Prakhara Sadmushu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshavarteshu Surabhir Avipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamana. The Lakshmis are constantly serving Krishna with great affection and love and respect, because Krishna is always present in Golok Vrindavan as Vrajendranandan Krishna. But at the same time, is Krishna not present in our heart? Is Krishna not present on all the planets? He is present. Avyakta Murtina. Clearly Krishna says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta Murtina. In his Avyakta Murti, in his unmanifested form, he is present everywhere. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastha, Brahma Samhita says. In every Brahmanda, in every atom, atom ke andar bhi Bhagwan hai. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastha. Uske bhi andar. Between the electrons, neutrons, protons, there is Krishna. Everywhere. In his unmanifested form. Avyakta Murtina. So this is very important line to remember. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta Murtina. This whole world is pervaded by me. This is confidential knowledge, my dear friends. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Don't think, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam means Krishna is going to describe his Ashtakali Leela with the gopis. No. First we have to understand this. All this is taught to Arjun by Krishna. And who is Arjun in Gaur Leela? Who is Arjun? Raise your hand. Satyar Madaji, go ahead.
Ramananda Rai Prabhuji.
Yes. Bhavananda Rai, 5 sons. One of them is Ramananda Rai. Bhavananda Rai is Maharaj Pandu. Ramananda Rai is Arjun. Yudhishthira Maharaj is Gopinath Patnayak. And Vaninath Rai is Bhim. So here, 5 sons Bhavananda Rai had. The 5 Pandavas. Mahaprabhu himself said in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Ramananda Rai is Arjun. Pandava Arjun. Okay. Krishna is teaching Arjun here. What happens in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Teach back. Not teach me back. समझा कि नहीं? सब समझाया था, अभी बताओ मेरे को क्या क्या समझे? तो he starts with yat karoshe dashnashi जो यह बाह्य आगे कह रहा है. आगे बोलो. Until Ramananda Rai speaks सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज मन मना भाव मद भक्तो. Mahaprabhu says इह बाह्य. When Ramananda Rai, who is Arjun, says Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja man mana bhava mad bhakto. Then Mahaprabhu says, Iha hai. This is there. But aage ka ho raha hai. Iske aage bolo, chalo. Let's go ahead of Bhagavad Gita. Let's go deeper. And then they go into the secrets of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhadamrita drava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Then Śrīmad Bhagavatam, when they come to the Gopi Bhav, then Mahaprabhu says, tell me more. This is there. This is good, but tell me more. Arjun says, nobody has asked more than this. But because you are saying, I am like your yantra. I am like a yantra. I am like a stringed yantra. Like a sitar. Like a veena. My tongue is like the string of the veena. And you are playing the veena. So yantravat, I will speak because I am being used as a yantra by you. And then he starts speaking about the love of Srimati Radharani. Mahaprabhu closes his mouth. Vas. Hare Krishna. So Arjun is learning this. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Krishna is present everywhere. Avyakta Murtina. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta Murtina. But a pure devotee can see. Prahlad Maharaj, we are reading in the mornings, Prahlad Maharaj is able to see everywhere, even in the pillar. So Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta Murtina, in his avyakta Murti, in his impersonal form, Krishna is present everywhere. Therefore, Mahaprabhu gave Achintya Bhedabhed Tattva. Sometimes there is fight between impersonalists and personalists. Because impersonalists overemphasize the Avyakta Murti of Krishna. Bhagavan Avyakta hai, Nirakar hai. But a devotee understands that both are there. The Avyakta Murti of Krishna is there, we don't deny. There is an impersonal form of Krishna, the Brahma Jyoti. But there is a personal form also. And the impersonal form is dependent on the personal form. The personal form is the original. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Vigraha means form. Not Avyakta Murtina. Satchidananda Vigraha. So therefore, in his Avyakta Murti, Krishna pervades everything. Matsthani Sarva Bhutani. And everything is because Krishna is Maya Tatavidam Sarvam Jagad Avyakta Murtina. Because Krishna is all pervading in his Avyakta Murti. What is the result of that? Masthani Sarva Bhutani. Everybody is situated within Krishna. Everyone is situated within Krishna. Na chaham tesh avasthita. But Krishna is not with. Krishna is enjoying Leela with his eternal associates, the Ragatmika Bhaktas in Golok Vrindavan. Now verse 5. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashyame yogam aishwaram. Bhuta bhrin chana bhutastho mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Nacha matsthani bhutani. Because I am not here, Baba. I am in Golok Vrindavan. Goloka eva nivasati. Akhilatma bhuta. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. Can you see, Arjun, my opulence? That I am present everywhere, but everything is not present in me. Bhuta bhrin nacha bhutastho mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Although I am the maintainer, bhuta bhrin, although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation. Nacha bhutastho. I am not part of this material cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Bhuta bhavana. Bhavana means the source. Krishna is called Vishwa Bhavana, the source of this whole Vishwa. So, Mamatma Bhuta Bhavana. I am the very source of this creation, Krishna says. So this we have to understand, that Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is present everywhere. But at the same time, Krishna has a very special, original, personal form where he is only doing Leela, enjoying with his devotees. Today morning we were reading Nandanandan Ashtakam. Vrajangana Sunayakam. Krishna is the Sunayak of the Vrajangana, the Vraj Gopis. Vrajangana Sunayakam Sada Sukha Pradayakam. Jaganmanah Pralobhanam Namami Nandanandanam. Last sentences, 3 sentences of this purport. Srila Prabhupada says, the Lord is present in everything. Matsthani Sarva Bhutani. Yet the common man cannot understand how he is also present personally. He is different from this material manifestation, yet everything is resting on him. This is explained here as Yogam Aishwaram, the mystic power of the Supreme Personality of God. He is Yogeshwar. This is Krishna's opulence. We cannot do like this, right? We cannot be in America, at the same time be in India, at the same time be in Vrindavan. No, we cannot. So this is the difference between Bhagwan and us. We are Das, Das, Anudas. And Krishna is Tumi Sarveshwareshwara. Shri Nanda Kumar. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Tumi Sarveshwareshwara. Sab Ishwara ke Ishwara. Text 6. Yatha Akash Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Gomahan Tatha Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani Upadharaya. Upadharaya. Try to understand. Arjun, Krishna is saying, try to understand. Yatha Akash Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Gomahan. Vayu is Sarvatraga. Sarvatraga means it's going everywhere. Mahan, it's very great. Vayu. Yatha Akash Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatraga Mahan. Although Vayu is Sarvatraga, Vayu goes everywhere. Vayu is in Raj Prabhu's room, Vayu is in Mridula Mataji's room, Vayu is in this room, everywhere. Nobody can stop Vayu. Vayu can go everywhere. Sarvatraga, it goes everywhere. But still, where is the resting place of wind? It is in the sky. Goes everywhere, but it rests. Ultimately, the resting place of the wind is in the sky. The wind blows from the sky. So, Yatha Akash Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Gomahan. Even though Vayu is very great, goes everywhere, but it is always resting in the sky. Tatha, similarly, Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani Upadhara. Similarly, we, all the Jivatmas, we are present everywhere. We are also Sarvatraga. Sometimes we are in Chandra, sometimes we are on earth, sometimes we are in hell, sometimes we are in heaven. We are going everywhere. Samsara Chakra Bhramata Swakarma bhi. We are Brahman kar rahe hum. Brahmanda Brahmite ko na bhagyavana jeev Guru Krishna Prasada Bhakti Lata Bij. We are doing Brahman in this Brahmanda, going everywhere. But ultimately, where do we rest? Tatastha Shakti. Where do we rest ultimately? Raise your hand. Where do we rest? Who inhales us? Who exhales us? Who inhales us? We go inside. Mahavishnu. Karanadaksha Vishnu. That is our resting place. So Krishna is saying, Tatha Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani Upadhara. Try to understand. All created beings, they ultimately rest in me. Resting place क्या है? भगवान. हम किसके अंश हैं? भगवान के अंश हैं. So beautiful. So you have to understand अपनी resting place क्या है? It is Krishna. Not a blade of grass. In the purport, little down in the first paragraph, Prabhupada ji writes, not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. Thus everything is moving under Krishna's will. And by Krishna's will, everything is being created, everything is being maintained, and everything is being annihilated. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya. Krishna does. Still, Krishna is aloof from everything, just as the sky is aloof from the activities of the wind. देखो, the wind का resting place is sky. Wind goes everywhere. हम लोग डरते हैं tornado आएगा, hurricane आएगा, cyclone आएगा. We are afraid of the wind. Is the sky afraid of the wind? No. The resting place is sky. But still the sky is the sky. Wind आते आते रहती है. But the sky will always be there. यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकल ग्रहाणाम राजा समस्त सुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा Yasagyaya bhramati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya agyaya भ्रमति संभृत काल चक्र, ये काल चक्र जिसके आज्ञा के अनुसार चल रहा है वो है गोविंदमादि पुरुषोत्तम। वी आर ऑल अफ्रेड ऑफ काल, बट यस्य आज्ञया भ्रमति संभृत काल चक्र। इन श्रीमद् भागवतम भगवान कपिल देव सेज दैट मृत्युश्चरति मद भयात। ये जो मृत्यु जा रही है ना यहां से वहां, सबको मृत्यु प्राप्त हो रही है। अहनि अनि भूतानि गच्छन्ति है यमालयम, मृत्युश्चरति मद भयात। भगवान से मेरे भय से मृत्यु सबको प्राप्त होती है। मैं कहता हूं उसको मारो, उसको मारो, उसको मारो, उसको मारो, उसको, डेथ गोज अराउंड आउट ऑफ माय फियर। मद भयात वाति वातोयम मृत्युश्चरति मद भयात। Death is also afraid of Krishna. Brahma Samhita says that the sun, it is supposed to be the eyes of the Vishwarup, Virat Rup of Krishna. Sun is moving, time is moving, it is because of Krishna. Yasyagya bhramati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. Text 7. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. It is going to get a little technical now. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature. And at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. It's very important to understand. We were just discussing everything is destroyed, enters into Krishna. Then Krishna again creates. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes something very interesting. Please listen carefully. This is Rajvidya. At the end of the millennium means at the end of the death of Brahma. Vidhi nirmitali hito sarva bhari parilihito konate che kapari haruzarito loka samharakari Parishevati Shankara Kona Jai. Swami Ramdas says, Vidhi Nirmita Lihito Sarva Bhari. Vidhi is who? Brahma ji. Nirmita means जब निर्माण करते हैं किसी व्यक्ति का, लिहितो सर्व भारी, वो फोरहेड पे लिखते हैं बर्थडे एक्सपायरी डेट। सबका, हमारे सबके फोरहेड पे लिखा है मैन्युफैक्चर डेट ये शरीर का और एक्सपायरी डेट कब बना, प्रारब्ध है ना। विधि लिहिता निर्मिता सर्व भाई, सबके कपाड़ पर सबके फोरहेड पे लिखते हैं ब्रह्मा जी मैन्युफैक्चर डेट एंड एक्सपायरी डेट। परिलिहितो कोण त्याचे कपाळी, बट हु इज दैट पर्सन हु राइट्स ऑन द फोरहेड ऑफ ब्रह्मा जी? 100 years. That is Krishna. Haru Jarito Loka Samhara Kali. At the time of Samhar, at the time of annihilation, Haru means Hara, that is Lord Shiva, Bhole Baba. He burns everything at the time of devastation. Parishevati Shankara Kona Jai. लेकिन शंकर भगवान को कौन अग्नि देंगे एंड में? That is Krishna. Hare Krishna. So Shivji also goes inside. When our Mahavishnu inhales, everything is, the Rudras, they are gone. Of course, there is Sadashiv in the spiritual world. What to speak of Sadashiv? There is Gopishwar Mahadev in Golok Vrindavan. There is the original Shankar. He comes as Sadashiv. He comes as 11 Rudras. Original Shankar Bhagavan is an expansion of Krishna as Gopishwar Mahadev, the guardian of the Ras Leela. Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavana Maj. So, at the end of millennium means at the death of Brahmaji. Now, listen carefully. Brahma lives for 100 years and his one day is calculated as 4.3 trillion earthly years. Listen carefully. Kali Yuga is 432,000 earthly years, solar years. 432,000 earthly years. Kali Yuga. Dwapar Yuga is twice that. Treta Yuga is thrice Kali Yuga, and Satya Yuga is 4 times Kali Yuga. This is one cycle: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. So Satya Yuga is 432,000 years multiplied by 4. Treta Yuga is 432,000 years multiplied by 3. Dwapar Yuga is 432,000 years multiplied by 2. And Kali Yuga is 432,000 years multiplied by 1. All 4 yugas together. So 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Means 4.3 million years is one Divya Yuga cycle. Divya Yuga means combination of the 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. This is one Divya Yuga. There are 1,000 such Divya Yugas in one day of Brahma. Aayega aage. So this is one day of Brahma. 1,000 such Yuga cycles. So 4.3 million years multiplied by 1,000 is one day of Brahma. Same as Brahmaji's night. So just imagine, we live for 60, 70, 80 years, maximum 100 years. And then this is one day and one night of Brahma. Then in each month of Brahma, there are 30 days. And Brahmaji has 12 months in a year and he lives for 100 years. Each year is 360 days, something like that. So just imagine the fantastic life of Brahmaji. He lives for 100 such years. And every day Krishna gives him darshan. Once in a day. Every day Lord Ram gives darshan. Every day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives darshan. बहुत fortunate है. जैसे हम लोग होते हैं ना, ऑफिस जाते हैं, तो once a day we may have a meeting with the CEO, 5 मिनट के लिए, just a briefing, and then we go. वैसा ब्रह्मा जी, once in a every day उनका मुलाकात होती है कृष्ण से, महाप्रभु से, श्री रामचंद्र से, दिन में एक बार सिर्फ. ऐसा नहीं कि मल्टीपल टाइम्स मिलूंगा आज मैं, नहीं, not possible. So Brahmaji is very fortunate, but then he also dies. So it is said his month consists of 30 days and 30 nights. His year is 12 months, and 100 such years. When Brahma dies, the devastation or annihilation takes place. When Brahmaji dies, there is complete destruction of the Brahmanda. Brahmaji ही नहीं है तो ब्रह्मांड कैसे? तो there is complete destroyed. Bahusyam, Ekoham Bahusyam. There is a Vedanta Sutra aphorism in the Upanishad also, Chandogya Upanishad. Bahusyam, Ekoham Bahusyam. Krishna says, Ekoham, I am one. Bahusyam. Although I am one, I became many. तटस्थ शक्ति से इतने सारे जीव हो गए, अंतरंगा शक्ति से ऐसा, बहिरंगा शक्ति से. So, Ekoham Bahusyam. This is the Vedic aphorism, Chandogya Upanishad 6.2.3. Ekoham Bahusyam. I became many. He expands, Krishna expands himself in this material energy, and the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place. So creation, annihilation goes on. Prakritim swam avashtabhya visrijami punah punah bhuta gramam imam krishnam avasham prakriter vasha. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, this whole world is automatically manifested again and again. And under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Annihilated at the end. Vashat. Under my control. Prabhupada writes in the purport, at the creation, the material energy is let loose as the Mahat Tattva, into which Lord Mahavishnu, as his first Purusha incarnation, enters. Mahavishnu, Karanadaksha Vishnu, lies in the Karana Sagar, causal ocean, and breathes out innumerable universes. Please listen carefully, it's very important. Prabhupada is saying, Mahavishnu breathes out innumerable universes. And into each universe, the Lord again enters as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. So Kshirodakshay Vishnu comes later, but Karanadakshay Vishnu breathes out many universes. In each universe, Krishna is present as Kshirodakshay Vishnu, as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Each universe is in that way created. He still further manifests himself inside that universe as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. That Vishnu enters into everything, even into the minute atom. देखो, 3 Purusha अवतार है, Karanadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Now, as far as the living entities are concerned, they are impregnated into this material nature, Mahat Tattva. And as a result of their past deeds, they take different positions. Thus, the activities of this material world begin. The activities of the different species of living beings are begun from the very moment of the creation. It is not that everything is evolved. Like Darwin said, everything evolved slowly. First, there were the primordial soup, then there was a unicellular organism, then multicellular organism, aquatics, amphibians like that, dinosaurs. No. All species are created simultaneously at the time of creation. The different species of life are created immediately along with the universe, with the interaction of the modes of material nature. Today morning we were discussing this. Men, animals, beasts, birds, everything is simultaneously created, Prabhupada is saying. Because whatever desires the living entities had at the last annihilation are again manifested. So our desires, they remain with us. It is clearly indicated here by the word avasham that the living entities have nothing to do with this process. The avasham means automatically it is performed. We have no control over it. We eat something. The food is automatically digested. We don't have to do, okay, duodenum, contract. Jejunum, now you contract. Ascending colon, you contract. ऐसा नहीं, वो अपने आप automatically होता है, involuntarily होता है. वैसे, based on the laws of karma, automatically we are placed in different yonis. What is that verse in Bhagavad Gītā? Krishna says, Karanam gunasangasya sad asad yoni janmashu. We take birth in sad asad yoni, karana gunasangasya, because of our association with the three modes of material nature. The state of being in their past life, in the past creation, is simply manifested again. And all this is done simply by Krishna's will. This is the inconceivable potency of Krishna, Bhagavan, Achintya Shakti. This is the inconceivable potency. And after creating different species of life, Krishna has no connection with them. We create. We create. And we become attached. Correct? I have created this company. I have created this, my empire. We become attached. Krishna creates everything. But Prabhupada says, after creating different species of life, Krishna has no connection with them. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclination of the various living entities. This is Siddhanta we have to understand, my dear friends. I'm going to read again. Listen carefully. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclinations of the various living entities. So we have got so many inclinations, so many desires to enjoy in this material world. Therefore, this material world is given to us. And we take birth here depending on our desires, because of our desires. So if we desire Krishna, where will we go? To Krishna. There was one brahmachari, Prabhupada memories, this is mentioned. I think it was the LA temple, Los Angeles temple. Prabhupada's last visit there. Prabhupada was Jagat Guru. So many devotees had joined, thousands of disciples by now. And this is the late 1970s. And this new brahmachari had joined, and he really wanted to ask Prabhupada one question, but he could not even get close to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was always surrounded by devotees, his personal servant, his traveling secretary, his Sanskrit editor. So many GBCs were coming and meeting, so many important questions, temple presidents, initiation. Prabhupada was always busy. There's no, gone were those days when Prabhupada, when Swamiji would be sitting in New York, 22nd Avenue, and devotees are coming and asking personal questions. So now Prabhupada was Jagat Guru, times had changed. So this brahmachari could not even come close to Prabhupada. He wanted to go with Prabhupada, ask him question. Prabhupada was very busy, almost unapproachable in that trip. Prabhupada was there only for a few days. And then health was not good. Prabhupada was going to leave. This devotee was very concerned, I may never be able to see Prabhupada again. Prabhupada was leaving for the airport. The trip was over. Prabhupada was sitting in the car, and this huge kirtan was going on. There were hundreds of devotees surrounding Prabhupada's car, jumping up and down. Harinam Sankirtan was going on. And this devotee is looking at Prabhupada and praying, Prabhupada, I want to come near you and ask you one question. Please fulfill this desire. He's just thinking like that. Prabhupada was like that. There is one devotee, Nar Narayan Prabhu. You can look at Prabhupada memories, it's there. Nar Narayan Prabhu. He had taken a course in some psychological energy, some crazy thing that was in vogue in the 1960s, where it's like Reiki. How you do Reiki? Something like that. your psychological energy you're tapping. So you're basically sitting and you keep looking at someone. And then you direct your psychological energy towards that person. And you can tell that person psychologically something and the person will listen. So I will be looking at Raj Prabhu like this. I will think, Raj Prabhu, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'll not say, just internally. Look at me. And then once you exercise those psychological energy muscles, Raj Prabhu will be suddenly forced to look at me. Or he'll be suddenly inspired to look at me like this. And he'll look. And then I feel good. Yeah. I captured him. I made him do what I wanted. So this Narnarayan Prabhu, he says that I was into that. And I was very proud of my ability. And I could do it to anybody. So I would be sitting as a railway station or somewhere airport. I just look at somebody and just put my energy, turn towards me. And the person would turn. So he used to take fun. He used to get pleasure in doing that. So he said, Prabhupada was doing that famous Kirtan, Tompkins Square Park, where 3 hours Prabhupada is sitting with that drum and chanting Hare Krishna. He said, I was also there. And I was sitting on the grass and applying my psychological energy on Prabhupada. I wanted Prabhupada to look at me. He said, before that, I tried it on many American boys and girls and they all looked at me. They all fell prey to my Shakti. He tells it. They fell prey to my Shakti. I could control them with my Shakti, psychological Shakti. So then I thought, let me try on this old man from India. So he looked at Prabhupada. And he says, for a long time, I was putting all my energy and psychological energy and making Prabhupada look at me. Swami was not looking at me only. He was looking everywhere else but me. So then this Narnarayan Prabhu, he says that then I lost all my energy. And then I reached a point where I was pleading him. Okay, please look at me. Please look at me. I'm not forcing you. Just look at me. Please look at me. I'm pleading with you. Look at me. Prabhupada still wouldn't look. He was looking everywhere else, but he was not looking at him. He said, then Narnarayan Prabhu says, then I reached a point where I gave up and I started begging him in my heart. Begging him, okay, I give up. I lose, you win. Now please cast your merciful glance at me. Please, I'm begging you. So he was first ordering, commanding, didn't work. He was pleading, didn't work. Now he's begging, helplessly begging, please look at me, please look at me. And then Prabhupada looked at him. Prabhupada looked at him. And the way he describes it, he says it was like Prabhupada was floating in spiritual energy. It's undescribable. So Prabhupada was like that. Prabhupada would reciprocate with devotees. So this brahmachari is praying in his heart, I want to come near you and I want to ask that question, Prabhupada. Please give me an opportunity. Kirtan is going on and suddenly, there is pushing and shoving and this brahmachari finds himself right in front of Prabhupada as the car door is about to slam shut. And he falls at Prabhupada's feet. And Prabhupada blesses him and he gets up. And he's like face to face with Prabhupada. Kirtan is going on. It's unbelievable. Throughout the trip, he could not come close to Prabhupada and now he's at Prabhupada's feet suddenly. And Prabhupada is about to drive off. The car door is going to shut and the driver is going to drive off. And he says, I will never get this opportunity again, being so close to him. He said, Prabhupada, I want to ask you a question. Please, can I ask? Prabhupada said, yes. Nodded. Prabhupada's health was not good. Nodded. Yes. He blurted out his question. How can I make spiritual progress in this life? That was his question. Or I think, how can I get Krishna in this life? How can I get Krishna in this life? Nice question. Everybody wants to do that. How can I get Krishna in this life? Was his question to Prabhupada. Prabhupada looked at him with eyes filled with compassion and love. And Prabhupada replied with one word. Desire. The car door shut. Prabhupada drove off. Never came back to LA. This brahmachari never saw Prabhupada again. Said, in my whole life, Prabhupada only spoke one word to me. I asked him, how can I get Krishna in this lifetime? Prabhupada said, desire. So it took me many months to meditate on that answer. It took me many years to understand the depth of Srila Prabhupada's one word answer. And he realized, he was sharing his realization. He said that what Prabhupada means is, we are in this world because of our desire. See, here clearly it is said that because creation takes, look at the last sentence of the purport to verse 8. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclinations of the various living entities. And so the Lord does not become involved with it. Desire is ours. Why Krishna should get involved? So it is because of our desires that we take birth in this world. If we desire Krishna, then we'll take birth with Krishna in Krishna's world, Krishna Lok. We'll go there to Krishna Lok. So Prabhupada is saying that whatever you desire, that will determine your next destination. Watch your desires. Be careful what you desire. Don't desire for Kanaka Kamini Kirti. Don't desire for wealth, fame, sense, enjoyment. Because then that's what you will get. We should desire Krishna. If we desire Krishna, then we will get Krishna. Laulyam should be there. That I want Krishna. It's a very deep answer. We have to watch our desires. If our desires are pure, then our life will be successful. So let us desire Krishna. People, many times they are sitting, walking, sitting in a bench in the park, relaxing on the beach, relaxing in their easy chair, or lying in bed, just looking up, thinking. And what are they thinking? Oh, I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had a nice house. I wish I had this. I wish that person liked me. I wish this. I wish that. They are all desiring material things. But just like that, if we simply desire Krishna, if we simply desire service to Krishna, if we simply desire service to the devotees of Krishna, aham hare tava padaika mula dasanu daso bhavitami manaha smaretasu pater gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya. These prayers are there, and if we make the moods of this prayer our desires, then our life will be successful. Narottama Thakur is praying Shama Gauri Ange Dibo Chandanera Gandha Chamara Dulabo Kabe Heri Mukha Chandra. All these songs when we sing, if we make these desires our desires, then our life will become successful. Instead of desiring material things, we should desire spiritual goals. And if that is our contemplation, that is our meditation, then very quickly we will make spiritual progress. That is Srila Prabhupada's answer. Desire. Watch your desire, what you desire. This is something, andar ki baat hai. This is something that we all have to introspect. Watch your mind. Watch your mind and see what sankalpa, vikalpa the mind does. What we desire throughout the day. And if we are simply careful about our desires, that let me not desire anything that will take me away from Krishna. If our desires are favorable for bhakti, anukul for bhakti, then we will make rapid spiritual progress. If we desire sense gratification, then we will go away from Krishna. Where there is kam vasana, where there is desire for sense gratification, there cannot be prem. Everybody agrees to this? What is the definition of prem and what is the definition of kam? Krishnendriya priti ichha tarabale dhare prema naam. Krishna indriya priti ichha dhare prema naam. Atmendriya priti vancha tarabale kam. When you want to satisfy our own sensual desires, it is kam, lust, kam vasana. When you want to satisfy the desires of Krishna, it is prem. So can prem and kam, can prem and lust coexist in one heart? No, impossible. Just like Krishna Surya Sama, Maya hai andhakar, jahan Krishna taha nahi, Maya radhikar. Can Maya and Krishna exist together? Can we be in Maya and at the same time be Krishna conscious? No. Recently, I asked a question to my Shiksha Guru, Shripad Mukundatta Prabhu. I told him that somehow this new job has become very busy and my sankhya has gone down drastically. The number of rounds I chant has gone down drastically. So, but I am chanting in this japa call. We have a japa call in the morning and I make sure that at least 2 hours I chant every day with all the devotees with my video on. I try to chant with concentration, Prabhuji, before I go to work. So is it okay, Prabhuji? I hope I am not in Maya, that I have reduced my Sankhya. So Prabhuji's message immediately came. He said, did you ask me, did you say, I hope I am not in Maya? Do you really think you are not in Maya? If you are not in Maya, then what are you doing in this material world? I immediately realized my mistake. अरे बाप रे, क्या बोल दिया मैंने? Really? Did you really say that? You're asking me, are you in Maya? So you think you're not in Maya? He said, you were in Maya. You are in Maya. Very much in Maya. Yes, you are in Maya. So like that. We are in Maya. But jahan Krishna taha nahi, Maya ra adhikar. If you're always Krishna conscious, if you think of Krishna, then we will become free from Maya. Mamevaya prapadyante mayamitam tarandite. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratya. Mamevaya prapadyante mayamitam tarandite. We have to become more and more Krishna conscious. We have to become less and less sense enjoyment conscious. More and more Krishna conscious. And devotees who inspire us to do that, that is the association we want. Ramachandra Sangam Age, Narottama Das. Tadera Charan se bhi bhakta sanevas, janame janame hoye moi, ei abhilash. Those who are servants of the six Goswamis, I want to serve their lotus feet. I want to associate with pure-hearted devotees like Ramchandra Kaviraj. Is it Ramchandra Kaviraj Tithi today? One second, let me see. Yes, today is the disappearance day of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Appearance day of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami and the disappearance day, Tirobhav Tithi of Sri Ramchandra Kaviraj. Ramachandra Sangam Age Narottama Das. So like that, let us watch our desires. Let us be more and more Krishna conscious, and let us remember that when there is lust in the heart, there cannot be love for Krishna. The same heart, Udho manana bhayo dasabis. The gopis told Uddhav कि 10-20 मन नहीं है, एक ही मन है हमारा, वो कृष्णा लेके गया. अभी तुम ऐसा मत बोलो कि इस पे मन लगा, उसमें मन लगा. मनना भयो 10-20 Uddhav. So we have only one mind, and with that one mind, either we can do Vishay Chintan, we can think about sense objects, sense gratification, or we can think about Krishna. Both are not possible. Prem gali ati sakhari, tame do na samay. Prem ki gali bahut sakhari, bahut narrow hai, usme do nahi samate. It's like a sheath of a sword. The two swords cannot fit in one sheath. Only one sword. So either we can follow the path of Prema Bhakti, or we can follow the path of Kam Vasana. The choice is ours. Every moment it's a choice. So let us be conscious. Let us chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because Krishna appears in Kali Yuga in the form of his name. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar. Nama Hita Haya Sarva Jagat Nistar. Let us experience the strength of Krishna through the chanting of Krishna's names. And let us try to be more and more Krishna conscious. Let us be with devotees who remind us of Krishna. And then our life will be successful. So we'll continue with Bhagavad Gita next Wednesday, Krishna willing. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Bhagavad Gita ji ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Divya Mataji, please go ahead quickly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is there a difference between impersonal Brahma and Paramatma feature of Krishna? Or is it the same thing?
There's a difference. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaneti, Shabdati. There are three forms of Krishna, three aspects. One is the impersonal Brahman, which is Brahma Jyoti. And second is Paramatma. Paramatma is the form of Krishna present in our heart. So that's a personal form, but he's present in everyone's heart alike. And third form is Bhagwan, who lives in Golopur and who performs Leela with his devotees. So that is a difference. Brahma Jyoti is all pervading in the Paravyom, in the spiritual sky. Paramatma is in the material world, in our hearts. Those living entities who are present in the material world, उनके हृदय में भगवान परमात्मा के रूप में रहते हैं. आध्यात्मिक जगत में भगवान के दिव्य शरीर से जो कांति निकलती है, इफल्जेंस निकलता है, दैट इज ब्रह्म ज्योति। और भगवान स्वयं भगवान है, कृष्णस्तु भगवान स्वयं। ऐसे 3 एस्पेक्ट्स है। परमात्मा केवल भौतिक जगत में होता है, आध्यात्मिक जगत में, वैकुंठ में परमात्मा नहीं है। परमात्मा केवल भौतिक जगत में। जब जीव भगवान को छोड़ के भौतिक जगत में भ्रमण करता है, भगवान इतना स्नेह करते हैं, इतना प्रेम करते हैं अपने भक्तों से, सभी जीवों से, कि प्रत्येक जीव के साथ परमात्मा का रूप लेकर साथ में रहते हैं। प्रत्येक जीव के साथ, जब तक जीव इस भौतिक जगत में बद्ध है, तब तक भगवान प्रत्येक जीव के साथ परमात्मा के रूप में है। जब जीव मुक्त हो जाता है तो फिर वैकुंठ चला जाता है। वहां परमात्मा की आवश्यकता नहीं है, क्योंकि वहां पर साक्षात भगवान हमारे सामने है। यहाँ पर हम भगवान को देख नहीं पाते, इसलिए परमात्मा जी हमारे साथ में है, हृदय में रहते हैं। इज इट ओके माता जी?
Yes, Prabhuji. I also was wondering why Lord Brahma and impersonal Brahma. Why both? I mean, both we address as Brahma.
So Brahma ji has name. He is called Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahma. There are different Brahmas with different names. Our Brahma ji is called Chaturmukh Brahma. He's got 4 heads. Brahma Jyoti is called Brahman. Krishna also is called Brahman. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram Param, like that. So one name can have different meanings. Ultimately, Brahman means Krishna. But then Brahma Jyoti also is called, because it is Brahma ki Jyoti, no? Krishna is Brahma. Param Brahma. So Brahma ki Jyoti, Brahma Jyoti. Like that, different. So Atma can mean the soul, Atma can mean the mind, Atma can mean the body, Atma can mean the intelligence also. So sometimes one word can have many meanings. But originally, Brahma is Krishna. And then Krishna has different aspects. The Brahma Jyoti also is called Brahman. Brahmaji is called Brahma. So one word has got different connotations to it. That's okay. It happens many times. Okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Bhakti Prada Champaklata Mataji. Go ahead, last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhuji, my question is regarding Brahma. I really wonder, Brahma has this lifetime of 100 years, which is very long. So he will come down to this earth and he will see in Chaitanya Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will see. And every day of Lord Brahma, he will see Ram Avatar, Ram, Krishna, everyone he will see. So it is said, if any living entity sees once to Krishna, the living entity will become ecstatic. So how can he live 100 years with that? And even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see Haridas Thakur is very he could not live without chanting the names. So he was continuously chanting. So how can he live? I am really, that's it.
My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhana Swami Maharaj, said something very sweet. Don't misunderstand this. Try to understand it from the point of view of rasa. Maharaj said, it is not that Brahmaji becomes Haridas Thakur. Said Haridas Thakur is there as an eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brahmaji gets a chance to merge into Haridas Thakur and experience the ecstasy of Haridas Thakur, which means the position of Haridas Thakur is greater than the position of Brahmaji. Haridas Thakur comes and goes with Mahaprabhu. He's always with Mahaprabhu. Nitya Parshad, Nitya associate, eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur. Brahmaji is also a pure devotee. And not only a pure devotee, but Brahmaji is actually a Guna avatar of Krishna. And how Brahmaji can stay in the material world for 100 years, despite having darshan of Krishna, despite having darshan of Lord Ram, despite having darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is because of seva. A devotee may be given liberation. Come on, you become liberated, you go and live with Krishna on the same planet. Salokya sarashti samipya sarupya ekatvam apyuta diyamanam na grinanti vinamat sevanam jana. These 5 steps of liberation may be given to a devotee. Salokya, come and stay with Krishna on Krishna's planet Golok Vrindavan. Samipya, stay close to Krishna. Sarupya, you will have a spiritual form like Krishna. Diyamanam, all this is given to a devotee. Na grinanti, but doesn't take. Diyamanam na grinanti. Vinamat sevanam jana. Rather, the devotee wants to do seva for Krishna. So if Krishna wants Brahmaji to be in this world for 100 years of Brahmalok and do seva as the grandfather of this universe, Pitamaha, then Brahmaji says, so be it. I will do that service. Serving Krishna is more important than being in ecstasy. Shukdev Goswami could have chanted Radha and gone in ecstasy for 1 month. But Maharaj Parishit had only 7 days. So Shukdev Goswami gave up his own ecstasy and he's speaking about Bhumandal. He's describing the Narkalok in the 5th canto. He could have just been with Parishit Maharaj and chanted Radha, Radha, Radha and gone in ecstasy. But then who will speak Śrīmad Bhagavatam? Who will answer the questions of Parishit Maharaj? Who will enlighten him? So Shukdev Goswami sacrificed his own ecstasy for the sake of service, seva. Manjaris are fanning. Chamara dulabo kabe heri mukha chandra. When the manjaris are looking at the beautiful moon-like face of Radha and Krishna, how they will have the suit to fan. Seeing the beautiful form of Radha and Krishna, every morning we are singing, na? Chamara dulabo kabe heri mukha chandra. Shri Narotmas Thakur Champaklata Champaka Manjari, Mataji. Champaka Manjari, Narotmas Thakur is saying like that. Chamara dulabo kabe heri mukha chandra. When will I fan you while beholding the beautiful moon-like face of Radha and Krishna? Krishna Chandra and Chandranana Radharani, the moon-faced Radharani. When? And when the Manjari is actually having darshan of Radha and Krishna's beautiful face, tears of ecstasy are flowing from their eyes. And they are not able to see Radha and Krishna. If they don't see, how can they fan Radha and Krishna? So they are praying, let these tears go away. Let this ecstasy go away so that we can do our seva of Chamara Dulabo Kabe Heri Mukha Chandra. We can fan. So what I mean to say is, service is more important than personal ecstasy. This is repeatedly shown by Shukdev Goswami, by the Manjaris, by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in ecstasy in Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada never wanted to leave his Radha Damodar temple, Vrindavan. But for all of us, he left. Prabhupada would have been in ecstasy sitting in Vrindavan and discussing Radha Krishna Leela with Srila Kinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj in Vrindavan. Or sitting in Shri Navadvip Dham with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj and discussing Gaur Tattva, Nitai Tattva with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, his beloved godbrothers. But no, for our sake, Prabhupada is giving us basics, Bhagavad Gītā, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Ishopanishad, to enlighten us, developing societies, building temples, isn't it? Managing a worldwide organization, giving up his own personal ecstasy. Why? Because service is more important than personal ecstasy. Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. By preaching, by being a jet age Parivrajaka becoming a Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada is offering very personal, intimate service to his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So serving Guru and Gauranga is more important than experiencing personal ecstasy. That is always the mood of a devotee. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, but like one more thing comes from Bhagavad Gītā. Here Krishna says in Bhagavad Gītā, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. So again, this Brahma, even though he is serving, he has to come back.
No. Brahmaji doesn't have to come back. Okay. Brahmaji doesn't have to come back. Who says? Brahmaji goes back. After his 100 years are over, Brahmaji goes back to Godhead. And Brahmaji goes back to Krishna, goes to Krishna, along with all the residents of Brahmalok. All those who are faithful followers of Brahmaji in Brahmalok, who have done bhajan with Brahmaji for so many years, they all go along with Brahmaji to the spiritual world when Brahmaji dies. Brahmaji goes to Godhead, he goes to Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada writes like that. in the purports.
So, like in Bhagavad Gītā, there is, it is said, right, Prabhuji?
So if someone goes to Brahmalok and
Oh,
they
okay,
do,
not becoming Brahma. If someone goes to Brahmalok, then they may fall down, not
yeah,
become Brahma.
Punya Kshine, when the Punya is gone, then they fall down again. Marte Loka Vishanti. They fall down when the Punya is finished. But that is for ordinary people. But Brahmaji and Brahmaji's associates who do bhajan with Brahmaji in Brahmalok, when Brahmaji dies, they all go back home, back to Godhead. They go to Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada writes this in purport. I have read it.
Yes, even I read, Prabhuji. I don't remember.
So then Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartina Arjuna refers to people who based on Punya Bal go reach Brahmalok, but then their piety is exhausted. If they don't do bhajan, they will come down.
Yes, got it, Prabhuji.
Some of them will come down. So
Yes,
like that.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.